Well, hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining our Wednesday night Power of Six accountability call. My name is Verdita Monk, and I'm your host. I'm so excited for what we do on this call, and that's to help everybody elevate themselves and accelerate their business. That's what it's all about. And we're so excited to have you all. I look forward to this call every week because I get to partner, with people on this call that I feel are like-minded, that are just like me. And that's what we're all striving to do our best to become the best version of ourselves and to feed off of each other's energy. So we're really excited about tonight what we're going to be talking about. I'm going to go on into the PowerPoint that I have prepared. And I want to share something. We kind of talked about this before in another direction, but it's the tonight's call is going to be based on the power of relationships or the speed of relationships. And so in case you don't know, for those of you who may be new to this industry, success loves speed. We talk about on this call all the time, accelerating our business and doing it very quickly. So we're going to examine a few situations where people are literally demonstrating what it means when we say success loves speed and the speed of relationships. Many times, we especially when we've exhausted our warm market, we go out there and we try to, cold market people, meaning people we run into. And you'll probably know this if you've done this before, or if you haven't, you're going to eventually do it. People that you might say some quality conversations with, sometimes they just don't respond when you follow up with them. That is because many times it's just because they don't really know who you are. Therefore, they may not have that level of trust. So what I want to do with you tonight to help you understand how important is it for you to tap in to the relationships you have, because the person you talk to may not be the person that's going to actually do some of the things that we always want, and that is to blow our business up, right? So the first person I want to introduce you to, I've gotten a chance to meet this young lady just a few weeks ago. She's kind of new to the business, and she's definitely really, really sharp. What I want to do, I'm going to allow her to come on. First of all, I want her to tell us who she is and what kind of work she does, and then how she has literally tapped into her warm market, and her warm market definitely describes what we always look for. So listen, I'm going to invite Miss Arletta Safira on the call. And Arletta, I think I made you a co-host, so if you could come on and hopefully you can do that. Yeah, there you go. Can you show your video?
Okay.
There you go.
Yes.
Arletta,
Yes.
please tell
Hi.
everybody, good to see you again. We just did a launch call literally an hour ago for Arletta. But either way, I want you to tell them, first of all, how did you get involved in the business? How did you meet your sponsor?
Okay. Yeah. So my sponsor is June or Sunshine Carpenter, and we've been friends for about 12 years now. And she's that one who, when she recommends or suggests something, she only brings the best. The best and the greatest. So when she was like, Arletta, you got to try this patch, I was like, okay, well, where do I sign up? And then she had her amazing, very powerful testimony, and she was sick, and I didn't even realize it. And then how much the patch had helped her body heal. And so, yeah,
That's
she
how you
shared it
got
with me.
started.
That's how I got
Okay.
started. Correct.
And
Correct.
then you heard about the Power of Six and started listening to the videos, and you said, that's what I want to do. So can you
Exactly.
tell us, first of all, what kind of work do you do?
Okay. Yeah. So I'm a director of business development for a company that does imaging funding. So I work in a personal injury space. And so all day, every day, I am networking and building relationships with doctors, with providers, and with attorneys, and with other people who do business development. So I have literally every week I'm adding to my network, building relationships. I work with about 350 law firms in the metro Atlanta area and about 120 providers and all of their attendant employees and teams and all of that. So I have a very large network. I work directly with people who are entrepreneurial, success oriented, automatically motivated, and they also don't have time freedom, and there's a lot of instability in the industry as well. So I think I have the perfect market for this.
You absolutely
Perfect
do.
network.
But
Yes.
here's my question. Even though, many people that are in the position that you're in, maybe not don't necessarily have a certain type of relationship.
Got it.
But can you kind of give an example? Just not so much all the people that you have a relationship, but like the people, for example, that you just had on your call.
Okay. Got it. Yes.
Describe the
Yes.
people that were on your
On
call.
my call. So today on my call, two of my guests, one was a chiropractor who's a former president of the Georgia Chiropractic Association. And we have a personal relationship. And so instead of, me trying to explain to him about the technology and whoop de whoop, all I did was sent him actually the script or invite that Verdita sent me and just invited him to the Zoom. He had no idea anything about the patches, etc. Now he just knows me. We have a great business relationship and a personal one. And like, he even said on a card, letting you know if you call, I'll answer every time. And if I
Mhm.
don't, I'll call you back if I'm with a patient. And so that really and then another colleague and also friend is his wife's a chiropractor. He's the CEO, managed her practice, has this huge organization, does this Christian businessmen mentoring program and all kinds of stuff. And it was the same thing. Hey, I got something great I want to share with you. We worked well before. I think you might, this might be an opportunity that may work for you. I'm looking for those six people, that power six, those six people to partner with to do this. And he did a three-way, hopped on a three-way with me and Verdita and was like, I'm in, I want to be one of your six. So I've been really able to, with my position, I am forced to, my job is to build deep relationships that are based on trust, because otherwise people wouldn't want us to do funding for them. And so I'm able just to call or text people and be like, "Hey, I got something I want you to check out." And they're like, "Sure, what time?" And then they'll show up. So that's been
So
really a
here's
blessing.
Yeah, so not, excuse me for interrupting, but so here's an example, and you put yourself, anybody on this call, put yourself in this situation. Do you think can you see how easily she was able to get these people on this call? That kind of situation would not have happened had she not had a relationship, not
Right.
just a business relationship, but
Hmm.
a relationship of trust,
Hmm.
and it became personal. She said that's what her job is, to establish a relationship. Relationships, what really weigh a lot. So I'm really excited for your future, because I mean Arletta is specifically doing the Power Six. I mean, she knows,
Yes.
she knows the kind of people she's supposed to be looking for, and she's not playing around. And she's following up and doing all those kinds of things. It's not always easy to catch those people, is it, Arletta?
No, no, it's not. But once you catch them, and like I just signed a brand partner today, who's another chiropractor, and he's like, "Okay, where do I find?"
Chiropractor. You see
Yeah.
that? Tell about him. If you forgot, tell us
I
about him.
forgot about him. Yes, but he's interestingly enough, he's someone I just met a couple weeks ago, but a colleague that I'm also friends with referred him. And so just on the nature of that relationship alone, we met and we just had lunch, business lunch. I would just tell him about the patch, just as far as, he's into wellness. And he's a chiropractor. And he's like, "Oh, okay." I gave him some samples. He was like, "Yeah, I want to get some for me and my wife." So I just followed with him as a potential client or customer. And then I was like, "Well, let me share with you. I want you to talk to Verdi so you could see how you could also do this as a business. You provide." Oh, and he came to me, "Arletta, do y'all have an affiliate program?" Now, this is the first time I actually visited him at his office to do an office tour. So it's a very new relationship, but it leads into the relationship I have with one of his best friends and colleagues. And so
But
it's
what is,
kind of this.
but you, not to cut you off again, but you told me, I think, that he was gonna have some either part of some type of conference or something you said about him, some
Oh, no, no. Well,
organization.
that's the person who was on my call today. So the
Oh,
person on my call today, he's a former president of the Georgia Chiropractic Association. And so I would say about 60% of all the chiropractors in Georgia are members. And so his network yeah,
But
yeah.
you were saying like he's getting ready to do this conference and he can get a room
Yes, he
and
can. He
pull
can get a room and pack it out.
and pack it
Yeah.
out. So see, do
Mhm.
you see,
Yeah.
I'm real girl, I'm real excited for you. I'm
Right.
real excited for you. So
Yeah.
yeah, so it kind of started out a little slow. I'm gonna say this,
Mhm.
we're supposed to do the launch call first, but because of the nature of the people that she was going after being so busy, we decided to do 3 ways and catch them when we could. And then some of those people turn out and got back, got on a call because they knew what we were talking about. Thank
Right.
you so, Arletta, for sharing.
Thank you.
And
Mhm.
I'm so excited for you.
Yes, me too. Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
doing that.
much. I
Okay.
have another person I want to introduce you to. This gentleman, I believe he's retired. And I'm going to bring him on and let us show how his business started and then what happened after that. So James Johnson I think he's originally out of Greensboro, North Carolina, but now he lives in Augusta, Georgia. James, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, can you see me or have you
I
got me?
certainly can, and I can hear you as well.
Okay, something keeps popping up here that says people being admitted,
Oh,
but
yeah, I got that. And you don't have to worry about it.
okay.
Yeah, you don't have to
Okay.
worry. Thank you.
All right. Well, hello, everybody. My name is James Johnson, and yes, you are correct. I am retired and loving every minute of it. I'm still popping up on there. But I was introduced to it by a young lady named Erica Cargill, who I'd known for a while and done a couple of ventures with. And she just gave me a call and just told me it was something that I really needed to take a look at. And I got excited about it when she shared it with me, which led me to start talking to people that uh, sometimes you're too close to the forest for the trees, I guess, because I was talking to people who were more or less looking at me instead of listening to what I was saying. But there was one person that I knew wouldn't do that, and her name is Kathy Harrelson. And so I shared it with Kathy, and we've had a relationship for quite some time. I knew she was not about any foolishness. I knew that if she saw it at the time, I always feel like she's open to something. She's looking to see if anything worthwhile is there. And so when I shared it with her with very little knowledge that I had, I invited her to a presentation, Renita, that you did in Greensboro. Told her someone that was very successful with, from what I understood, was going to be in the area, and so I knew she'd go, and if she went, she would get it, because it hit her like it hit me. It just makes sense. So I'm very excited. I've figured out now a lot of the people that I'm speaking with that I was talking about that know me, spending too busy time, too much time trying to ghost me, I guess. But I enjoy meeting strangers. Then nobody can tell me no because I know where I'm going. They can tell themselves no, and maybe they haven't figured it out. But everything is going great. I'm excited, and I'm looking to kick manager here very soon.
Oh, yes, because I see you on every call and every day you keep talking about people that you have run into and stuff, and you're very consistent. So we appreciate your vision and your consistency, James. And so, it's going to really pay off because just like, for example, we just talked to Arletta, a person like an Arletta can literally show up in your organization. You never know. You never know.
Yes.
So what we want to do now, I want to introduce you to the lady that he's referring to, Miss Harrelson, because see, we're going somewhere with this. Miss Harrelson, I call her Miss Harrelson, Catherine Harrison. Can you unmute yourself and share your video if you're able to? I'm pretty sure I made Catherine a co-host. Catherine, let me
Can
make
you
sure.
hear me now?
I can hear you. I don't see you though. Can you share
Um,
your video? There you
okay.
go.
All right.
All
How are you
right.
all how are you all this evening?
Wonderful.
Good.
So Catherine, thank you so much. We talked quite a bit. And let me just say this as a tip, you guys, as you can see, some of these people that I'm talking about on my 5th and 6th level or 15th level in the business, literally, I mean, that's how deep I work. And I started connecting with James, and it was a question or something. I don't even know how it happened. But anyway, I got involved with the conversation, and I've been talking to Miss Catherine ever since. Miss Catherine, first of all, just tell us about yourself. Like, I know you're retired, but kind of tell us about yourself.
Yes, I am retired, or retired government employee, and thank the Lord that I'm out now, as you all know. But I am still semi-retired in terms of volunteer work because I'm also the co-founder of the Women's Foundation of North Carolina and the founder of a leadership development training program for girls. So I'm usually extremely busy. However, when James called me, I knew that he evidently had something that was very good. So I decided to go to the meeting. And when I got there, I was so excited, not only about what I heard, but what I saw. When I saw the 92-year-old woman, the one that had dementia, and her children had patched her and brought her to the meeting because her memory was beginning to come back. I was so excited because I knew that my sister needed that. But because of James and my relationship, I felt like the core starter kit was not what I wanted to do. I really needed to go to the second level because I knew what he was all about. And I got home and I started thinking, and I said, you know, Theolita and I have worked together for 30 some years. She not only is a child mental health specialist, but she also was the executive director of the Old North State Medical Society. And we used to talk a lot in state government about the light. So when I called her, I told her I had something that I wanted to share with her. And I met her halfway because we live an hour and 15 minutes apart. I met her halfway. And when I met her, I shared the patch with her. And she said, oh my goodness, I just can't believe somebody finally understands the light.
Mm.
So it was very interesting because she had talked about the light for many years, particularly as she worked with children. So, excuse me, she went to Raleigh and she started using the patch herself. And of course, you've heard my story about, you know, how things just sort of evolved for her. She
No,
started
everybody
doing,
hasn't heard it, so you can share it.
right. And not only that, I mean, she had been on a nebulizer for years. She'd been using, because of her asthma, she had been using albuterol 4 times a day. And within 6 days, she was no longer using it. So then she started sharing it, and she was sharing it with physicians that we both know. And then she shared it with a friend who works for CDC that we both know. Now, tonight, she is still at a conference in Charlotte where they are meeting with like 1,200 people. And she called me last night and she said, you will not believe this. She said, at least 5 people have come to me with pain, and I was able to give them one of the ice wave patches.
Mhm.
And today they came back to her and said, we need to know where you got these patches from.
Isn't that amazing?
Isn't that amazing? But then the other relationship was with my neighbor. My neighbor actually was, their lawn service was providing lawn service for me. And I saw him walking up my driveway with walking on a cane. So I decided to share the patch with him. And I did. And it was so interesting because a few weeks later, he went to his mailbox one night and went back to his house and called me and said, I just remembered that I didn't use my cane to walk to the mailbox. But he wants to share now with a lot of people. So he sat at my house on Sunday night looking at all of the testimonials
Mhm.
of friends of his that he knows has certain illnesses. And now he wants me to go with him to share those testimonies with others.
So, you know what, Catherine, let me say what's interesting. I bet people are listening to you talk and say, she actually goes to these people. Like you went halfway to meet Thea, we call her Thea for short. And, you know, Catherine, just out of, I mean, I don't want to put this out there, but people, you already said you retired. Can you kind of tell us what age bracket you fall in?
I am 82 years old. I'm not ashamed to tell my age.
Okay, and so the reason I wanted you to share that, because a lot of people think that, you know, it just depends on the person. Some people just crawl up in a corner somewhere when they get to be that, but you're a very active person, but you notice she's old school. Let me go see them eye to eye. She's not just, she'll call them and say, I need to meet you, but see what has happened because of that approach. She has very solid relationship. She's signed up other people too that she's not talking about. She's signed up quite a few customers, but she just needs one more. And you know, she's already had about 3 people that for some reason they, you know how people want to try and see how it works. But she's probably going to sign one of those people up this week, and she will be a manager, you guys. Can you believe that? You've got people on your team that just a little bit of effort. But I want to focus tonight on the relationships. You just heard her say Thea was a co-chair or something of some medical organization?
She was actually executive director of the Old North State Medical Society, and that society is made up of 120 doctors across the state of North Carolina. But she has her relationships are far-reaching because she has friends who work for the American Medical Association. She was a child mental health specialist within state government. She also helped to start the Office of Minority Health in state government. So she has a long
She has a lot of
doing things,
relationships.
right?
Yeah. And she also, I think you said she might be your best friend, one of your best friends.
Oh yeah, she is my best friend.
Oh, awesome. So
Yes.
you all are going to be so cute together as you all start winning those trips and traveling around the world with us.
And you know, but the interesting thing is that she was also using her walker religiously, and she does not use her walker very much anymore.
Isn't that simple? Because you said she went to a meeting somewhere, and by the time she got to the meeting, she realized she didn't have her walker.
Right.
This
She
pack
went
is
to
really
pick, she
helping.
went to pick up her housekeeper. And when she got back home, she realized that she didn't carry her walker. She just, you know, she is doing absolutely fantastic. And a lot of the doctors are just excited about the fact that she's able to get around on her own now and do some things for herself.
Yeah.
But
See,
she's she's a very
really,
determined young woman.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
these stories really are very significant, and just hold on to those stories, and that's what moves these patches. So I'm going to share something with you all later that you're going to be really excited about. Thank you so much, Catherine, for sharing. I'm going to get
You're
into my
welcome.
PowerPoint now. You can stop your video.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So
You're
listen,
welcome.
guys, let me get back to my PowerPoint. And so I've already set the stage. I'm wanting to, you know, one of the things we talk about it is one of the most important beliefs we must internalize is that success loves speed. And what in this scenario is that the speed is based on the speed of relationships. Don't underestimate the speed of relationships. One of the most important reasons for creating a sense of urgency when it comes to achieving our goals and the quality of life we desire is that it saves us the most valuable resource we all have, which is time. We have to do this fast, you guys. The fastest way to achieve any goal is to find someone who's already achieved our goal and then mimic their behaviors. This strategy known as modeling is the key to exponentially accelerating our speed of success. In other words, find someone to mentor. This is why, you know, you heard me say, I don't know which one it is, but it's, you know, I think she's on the call. Miss Cynthia out of Los Angeles. She's like on my 15th level. But guess what? You follow the energy. You follow the energy, but all of it is still about relationships, okay? So relationships move at the speed of trust. See, because they trust each other, they opens a door, a really easily open a door. But here's another thing, that we utilize the most powerful form of advertising. This is what we're talking about, word of mouth. See, when you try to advertise like on TV, yeah, that's something, but the most powerful form of advertising is word of mouth. This happens when a consumer talks about a company's product or service to their friends, family, and others with whom they have close relationships. Let me go on. 88%, this is based on a study. 88% of people around the world said they trust recommendations from people they know above all other forms of advertising, according to a 2021 Nielsen study. This shows just how effective the word of mouth marketing can be. Okay. And here's a real example. This is an example when I did this PowerPoint. This person in my organization, she had enrolled in May of 2023. And about a year later, she had grown to 1,345. I'm talking about her line of sponsorship. And that's an average of 70 partners per month. So most of the partners, I know this for a fact, in her network are not network marketers. They simply started sharing their testimonies with the people they loved and care about. So I want you to understand how important it is to share those testimonies. So what I want to do right now, I want to share, I always want to open up the call for people to talk, but I want to share this with you all. Let's see if I can do it. I don't know if I can do this or not. Let me see. I hope I can do this. This is an idea that came to me last week. Literally happened real fast. And I said, you know what? What moves this business are testimonies. So listen to this. I think you all, maybe let me stop this share because I want to make sure I got my sound on. Yeah, I think some of you may have seen this. Okay, so let's just listen to this. We played it last night.
Hi, I'm Kelly, and because of menopause, I used to have 3 intense hot flashes an hour. Now, I only have maybe 3 light ones a day. I used to have really intense night sweats. Now I wake up dry, full of energy, alertness, clarity, and full of vigor. I love my wearable technology.
Ms. Gwen, I suffered from chronic sciatic nerve damage for 48 years. No relief. No matter what medication I took, I still was in chronic pain, back pain. After being introduced to this patch over 18 months ago, they put it on my back, and within 5 minutes, my pain left, and I have been pain-free and excited about life ever since.
Hi, my name is Jeffrey. Diabetes, congestive heart failure, stroke. I suffered all these issues in a matter of just over 14 years. The doctors prescribed a congestive heart failure to me, and I had a pacemaker defibrillator. They told me I wouldn't walk. They told me I couldn't talk again. I was able to learn this all over again. But fast forward, after wearing this patch, the diabetes is at a normal A1C level of 6.9. The congestive heart failure is now gone. The stroke, I no longer have the paralysis that I had before with the use of the left side of my body. I'm so excited. This patch absolutely works.
Hi, I'm Wendell, and I suffer from a condition called atrial fibrillation. And that condition causes me to have 3 major strokes. And the doctors, all of them told me I would live with that for the rest of my life. That wasn't a good quality of life at all. But you know something, with this new technology, when I tried it, it began to work. And within 6 months, it had corrected my life. What I mean is this: my PCP and my cardiologist say they see no evidence of my AFib anymore. I can speak better, I can talk, and I was in the scooter after those strokes. Now I can walk better. You know, I'm doing things that I wasn't able to do. So now I have a better quality of life. Please do me a favor. Go tell everyone about it. Tell your family, your friends, everybody, because guess what? You deserve it, and we deserve better quality of life. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lauren. 2 surgeries, constant pain, hypothyroidism, and always exhausted. That was me as a college softball athlete. I began wearing this incredible patch. Now my hip and shoulder pain are gone, my energy's through the roof, and I don't even need naps anymore.
Hi, my name is Janice. I have a son with autism. He's 27. Before wearing this incredible patch, he was not cooperative at home. He won't do any task. He's not focused. A lot of obsessive compulsive behavior, hours of obsessive compulsiveness. And after wearing the patch for 1 year, my son is able to focus better. Medications are working well. He is able to do tasks. He's mopping floors, doing dishes, doing laundry. And most of all, he is now calling me on the phone if he needs me. This patch works, especially with autism. Thank you.
Okay, I hope you all enjoyed that. Now, listen, I know that's not a perfect video. This was something I just told you popped into my head last Wednesday, and I think it was last Wednesday. And then the people that you saw in the video, we got together Thursday morning and we recorded it and something like that. I don't remember the exact days and all that kind of stuff, but we're going to edit this. It's going to be, more, not the errors, tripping over their words and things like that, because some people want to be perfect. Z Kendrick said, don't change anything, leave it just like it is, because people can relate. This is authentic. Think about this. If you knew somebody that had hot flashes, you could just forward this video to them or call her. If it's your sister, say, do you see what is happening to this lady? Matter of fact, I can probably get her on the phone with you. Or then you get on then Miss Gwen with the sciatica issue for 47 years. Anybody that got a sciatica, they can relate to this. This is a 2-minute video. So do you see how this can help you? There is no reason. You don't have to get them always on a call. The testimony sometimes will get their attention, okay? Most of the time, it's what's going to get their attention. That's not saying the testimony is going to get them in the business, but the testimony is what's going to get their attention. Hopefully you agree. And so I just want you to utilize this tool now. Now, let me just say this, because the person that did this for me is way in the Philippines. And I tried to get her to convert it to a format that everybody could get it. So for some reason, people that have, what do you call those kind of Androids, they're having a problem opening it up. And, they can open it up, but it doesn't finish. The thing doesn't finish. But people with Androids, they don't have a problem. So people with Androids, with iPhones don't have a problem. So the people that have had Androids, for example, I've had to send it to them via WhatsApp. So we're going to get it fixed. We're going to get it edited, but don't wait until it's edited to use it, because we're just talking about your friends and relatives. It does not have to be perfect. Hopefully you all see what I'm trying to do with this. So at this time, I want to open up. I think I've already made a few people, and anybody can, I'm going to try to see if I can open up some people, because I want people to be feeling welcome to come on here, make any comments. And some of you, I hate the fact that you missed the first part of the call, because it was really, really good. Anybody want to come on and make a comment or share or ask questions? Okay, feel free to share or ask questions. Gosh, y'all are really quiet tonight. Okay, Professor Strother, hey, how you doing tonight?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Wonderful.
Great. I definitely like that video series that you just played with the testimonies. I think we should definitely do more like that. It just gives a warm feeling, I think, in a professional way to show different testimonies by different people. So I think that's something that we definitely should implement in our future going forward. I definitely like that.
Well, thank you.
Sure.
Thank you.
For sure. Great call, great information. And man, I love the previous speakers as well. So very, very great, very, high quality call. Thank you so much for sharing.
All right. Listen, you guys, once again, y'all know this is family. So this is our chance to get a chance to talk to each other. We got some more time here. Ms. Gwen Millsap, Senior Director, soon to be Executive Director out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Come on and share something.
Hey, Verdita.
One of our testimonies.
I just wanted to say that
the speakers that you had on tonight are phenomenal. They have encouraged me, and they have given me the wisdom or the strength, the fear that you have. They just spoke to me that I can go past that fear, because there are people that we need to talk to in our circle that are business people. Arletta, I think, was the first thing. I mean, that is so amazing. And it's so true. We're just sitting and not using it. And it spoke to me. So I know tomorrow I got some things I need to do. So I appreciate this. And the young lady that shared her testimony about her neighbor on the
Catherine.
It's Catherine. I heard her before. I mean, come on, guys. It is so simple. We're making it complicated. I've been making it complicated. I just got to get myself out of the way now and get going. So I appreciate it.
Thank you, Gwen. You know, I was talking to, I see Jeffrey coming on. Just share this real quick. I was talking to, I think it was Jewel earlier today, and I told him what happened to me when I went to Best Buy, and I saw this man that just looked really, really sharp. I wasn't looking sharp, but he was. And I said, I went up to him. He was literally on his phone, and he was waiting for the people at Best Buy to finish with his iPad. So they came back with his iPad. He was still on the phone. But he was leaving while he was on the phone. I stopped him and I said, "Excuse me." I said, "Excuse me. Are you on the phone? I didn't mean to interrupt you, but are you on the phone?" And he told the person, let me call you back. I can't believe the man did that. Because I didn't want to just start talking because he was on the phone, but I wasn't going to interrupt him if he wasn't on the phone. But that's why I said, "Are you on the phone?" He said, "Let me call you back." So I introduced myself. "Hey, you just look like somebody I need to know." See, sometimes you just got to get bold. You know, I said, "You just look like somebody I need to know." I didn't tell him you sharp and all this, but I just said, "My name is Verdita Monk, and what's yours?" And he told me. I said, "What?" Just out of curiosity, because you seem like a really, really sharp person. What kind of work do you do? And he said he owned a limo service and he owned real estate properties and all this kind of stuff, which lets me know he's an entrepreneur. And I said, "Listen, I'm working on this project," and I'm not going to tell you the whole story, but basically I let him know. I said, "I'm working on a project that has to do with stem cell technology. It's going to be a multi-billion-dollar company like that." And I said, "I'm part of that. And we're expanding this all over the world. And we're looking for people really, really sharp with some vision." I said, would you be open to hear more about this?" That's all I said. He said, "Absolutely." He gave me his card. I gave my card. I'm going to call him back tomorrow. But sometimes you just got to be bold because you know what you have your hands on. And that would have been a cold market call for me. But I built my confidence up enough that I'm not going to get intimidated, you know, just to be talking to somebody. And so do that. Do what you have to do, because sometimes some of the sharpest people, you will escape them if you don't speak up. I want to introduce you to another sharp individual who was actually on that video, Mr. Jeffrey Page, Senior Director out of Atlanta. Come on, Jeffrey.
Listen, I am so pumped about this entire call tonight. I call it next level. I mean, that's exactly what it is. Excuse me. This call was next level. The video was next level. All of the speakers tonight were next level. And that's what it's all about at this point. You know, I guess this is a crossroad in our experience with this business, is that, you know, they're coming. You know what I mean? People like your first speaker tonight, they're coming. You know, this is next level in its totality. Even the delivery, the quality of this entire call tonight has totally been next level. So, you know, for me, it's encouraging. Just like Gwen, I've got to step it up. You know what I mean? I got to go after that next level, that level up approach to this business. And, you know, even changing the language in which, you know, to speak to people, like you just mentioned, Verdita, is very powerful. But I just wanted to be brief and get that out, because I've been bursting with excitement all week ever since I saw the video earlier this week for, you know, a national level. It was different before when you played it back to us. I was, of course, very critical of myself, but by the time I'd forgotten about it and saw it again, the impact
Not
was
as
that
bad.
much greater.
It's not as bad. But you know
Yeah.
what? What I was going to say is that it was just I mean, it's so real, and that's what people are taking away. They're not really taking away the fact that you whatever. They're just taking, oh my God, that happened to him. Oh, I know somebody like, my mother's dealing with that. And if you know people that fall into those categories, specifically tell them. There's a lady on this video that has the same thing as you. She got the hot flashes or she got the sciatica. Look what happened to her. Look. And then, that's just a good way to, open it up. But thank you
Exactly
so
what
much,
happened too this
Jeffrey.
week. It's been crazy. So
Oh, yeah.
I've sent it out already to about 10 people who happened to see it on the Zoom, and they wanted to know how, could they get it. The first person that contacted me was Keith Henderson. He's got people all over the place. That guy's a real builder. So I sent it out to him. He's excited and been pushing it ever since. So thank you so much for your
And we're gonna get it, we're gonna make it look
innovation.
better. We're gonna make it look better though. But
That's
I did
cool.
play that on last night's opportunity call, you guys. That's why he had so many people respond. Thank you, Jeffrey. Candy Kane.
Yes, ma'am.
You
Yes,
got it now. You
ma'am.
can talk. Can you unmute yourself and share your video?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Do you know how to share
I
your video?
can't share my video. You don't want to see me
Oh, okay. No
right
problem.
now. But I'll tell you what, I wasn't able to get on at the beginning, but I have thoroughly been reignited with this, with your Power of Six, and the testimonies are absolutely amazing. And I'm every day I get compliments, and I always say, "Well, see this on the back of my neck." In fact, I told a lady in a restaurant this morning when I picked up some breakfast for some people, and she said, "No way you're your age." I said, "Yes, ma'am, I am. And in November, it will be 81." And they just absolutely are just, they just are, they say, "No way." I said, "Absolutely way."
Say yes, way.
Yes, way. So I really have enjoyed the Power of Six and all the testimonies. Now, is that video available? Are you going to, is that going to be available?
Well, it is available. I mean, I've sent it out through the team. If you haven't received it, it's because your upline didn't forward it. But I did send
Okay.
it to all my leaders. But do you have
Okay.
an iPhone?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
good, because the iPhones can receive it more readily than everybody else. Other people like James Johnson, who you heard earlier, I had to send it to him on WhatsApp.
Yes, ma'am.
That's why I got to get it redone, because it's not in the right format that it needs to be, that it is
Right.
that is
Right.
easily accessible. But some kind of way you can get it.
Okay, I'll be looking for it.
I'll send it
I
to
got so
you.
many people I need to send that to.
I'll go ahead and send it to you after this call, okay? Because
Okay, thank you
some
so
people are
much.
not getting it. If you're a leader, please forward that. I mean, because I sent it out through the team. If you didn't get it, your upline leader didn't forward it. So,
Well, but maybe they did and I didn't get it,
okay.
I didn't
All
see it. Okay, thanks a lot.
Okay.
And
Yeah, you're welcome. Let's see.
everybody.
Is Renee, I'm seeing a text from Renee McCray. I think she wants to, let me see if she want to say something. Hey, Renee. Did you want to say something, Renee McCray, which is one of our directors out of New York?
Hey, girl.
Hey.
I was just sending you a text saying, please send that to me too.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll send it to you as well.
I'm gonna just ditto everything that everybody else said. This call tonight was fire. I started sending it out to everybody while it was happening. I was like, oh my God, if you are not on Verdita's call right now, you are missing it. So yes, this has been what they say, bomb.com. And that video right there, that's the cherry on the top, girl.
All right. Well, we're gonna get it right and get it tight. But that's what I like about this call. I just want us to learn from each other. None of us know everything, but it's inspiring to hear a person do certain things that we're not doing. So thank you for your comments. And now I see another New Yorker, rather New Jersey person. That same thing as New York to me.
Yeah.
Mr. Derek Hawkins. Derek, come on and share.
Hey, Verdita, how you doing? Yeah, I love that video. It's for me, it's almost like having a sizzle video, like you have a sizzle call.
Yeah.
There were times that people used to use like a 1-minute call that it would send people to get them excited to hear more information. That could literally be used as a peak interest tool just sending that because I don't remember them mentioning LifeWave or X39. I think they just talked about their
I
testimony.
didn't know. That's another thing.
Mm.
The call was, not to cut you off, but what Jeffrey knows is everybody was supposed to limit theirs to 15 minutes. And that's why he couldn't figure out how to get his whole testimony into 15 seconds. And it was like 6 people. So it would end up being 90 seconds. You know, if everybody stayed, it would have been a real quick, video. And that's what it was. But yeah, that was the whole purpose behind it.
Yeah, so I love it. I'm definitely gonna use it for that reason. But also, oftentimes when they're doing the Zoom, you know, you have people ready to get on to do testimony. Sometimes they're ready, sometimes they're not. Sometimes they can get the video, sometimes they can't. So I always have 1 or 2 testimonies, you know, on standby to play in case somebody can't make it. Or so that actually really gonna make it tight to have a video. In fact, I've had calls where one testimony was longer than that whole video you just played. And so I love the fact that you have several of them and they cover different things. But again, it's going to be a powerful tool. Even the way it is now, it's already better than a lot of testimonies I've seen.
But I do
looking
need to
forward
make it
to it.
user friendly, just like Andy. I mean, somebody said, well, somebody I had to send it to WhatsApp. So I got to get it converted. And I've done I've talked to several people, but we're going to have to start all over because I know I just didn't necessarily want it all over YouTube. I don't know how they're going to do it, but we're going to get it right. Thank you, Derek, for coming on and sharing. Did anybody else want to say anything before we end this call? All right. Well, listen, you guys, I enjoyed the call. It is recorded. You will receive it. Thank you all for participating. Let's share that video. Like I said, it's not perfect, but it is perfect timing. Y'all have a good one. Have a great weekend as well.